Have you ever woken up, rubbed the sleep from your eyes, and slowly made your way to the kitchen, reaching for that first glass of water like it's second nature? You take a sip and think, this is good for me. This is how I take care of myself. You're not alone in that moment. For many of us, it's how the day begins. We've been told for years, especially as we age, that staying hydrated first thing in the morning is essential. But here's a gentle question. Have you ever taken that first sip and instead of feeling refreshed, you felt a little off? Maybe a wave of dizziness, a strange fatigue, or your stomach felt unsettled, like something inside just didn't agree. And you likely brushed it off. Maybe I stood up too fast. Maybe I just didn't sleep well. But what if I told you something surprising? That this simple act, drinking water after waking, could be quietly putting stress on your heart, disrupting your digestion, affecting your medication, even straining your kidneys, without you even realizing it? I know, it sounds hard to believe, but it's happening more often than most people talk about. Because here's the truth. Your body at 65 doesn't work quite like it did at 35. Your internal systems, your heart, your stomach, your kidneys, they've earned a slower rhythm. Your thirst signal dulls, your blood pressure shifts more easily, and even a cold sip or a fast gulp can send unexpected ripples through your system. But no one tells you this. No one warns you that the way you drink water, not just when, but how, can change everything. That's why we're here together. In this video, I'm going to gently guide you through 5 of the most common and surprisingly harmful mistakes many older adults make when drinking water in the morning. And more importantly, I'll show you how small, loving changes can make your mornings calmer, safer, and kinder to your body. You won't hear medical jargon, no fear, no pressure, just warm, practical truth you can feel in your bones. Because you deserve mornings that nourish you, not drain you. And if you're someone who's caring for an aging parent or loved one, this could mean real peace of mind. So go ahead, make yourself comfortable. This is your time. And if you're here because you're truly ready to take better care of yourself, just drop a little "I'm here" in the comments. I'd love to know who's watching, who's choosing to age with strength, intention, and a whole lot of heart. And if this kind of real talk speaks to your soul, if you want clarity, care, and companionship on the journey of aging well, subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Because around here, we don't just talk about getting older. We celebrate it, we honor it, and we walk it together. Let's begin with one of the most common and most overlooked mistakes. Drinking water too quickly in the morning. Picture this. You've just opened your eyes after a restless night. Your mouth is dry, your throat feels like sandpaper, and your body's calling out for something soothing. So, like many of us, you reach for that glass of water on your nightstand, or shuffle into the kitchen and fill a cup to the brim. And then you drink it all down in a few big gulps, like your body's been parched for days. At first, it feels good, almost refreshing. But then, out of nowhere, a wave of dizziness. Maybe your belly tightens, your chest feels strange, or your heart flutters for a moment. You might brush it off. I probably just got up too fast. Maybe I didn't sleep well. But here's what's really going on behind the scenes. As we get older, our bodies don't bounce back the way they used to. Everything inside, your heart, your stomach, your kidneys, moves more slowly, more carefully. What once was automatic now takes intention. When you flood your system with a rush of cold liquid after hours of lying still, your body scrambles to adjust. Your digestion can't keep up. Your blood pressure might suddenly dip or spike. And if your heart's already under strain, from medications, age, or chronic conditions, that one glass can be too much too soon. Even worse, gulping water rapidly can dilute important minerals like sodium and potassium, which are crucial for balance and heart rhythm. Instead of waking you up, it leaves you oddly tired or even shaky. I know, we've all been told, drink water as soon as you wake up. It jumpstarts your system. And there's some truth to that. But what no one tells you is how you drink it. It matters more than when. Your body has just spent 6 to 8 hours resting, healing, and gently recharging. It's like a quiet engine warming up on a cold morning. You wouldn't slam the gas pedal, would you? So here's a better way. Instead of chugging a full glass, pour half. Room temperature, not cold. Sit up. Take a few slow sips. Let those first moments of hydration be gentle, like a morning stretch for your organs. Let your system wake up with you, not against you. This small shift, 5 slow minutes, could mean everything. Less stress on your heart, better digestion, more sustained energy. You're not in a race. You're not just trying to feel awake. You're building a day rooted in strength and balance. And remember, this is just one piece of the puzzle because sometimes it's not just what you drink, but when you drink it, especially if you're taking medication. We'll talk about that next. Mistake number 2, drinking water before checking your meds. Let's talk about something that feels small, but could be silently undoing the one thing that's keeping your heart steady: your medication. Meet James. He's 72, retired, steady, and set in his ways, the kind of man who enjoys the smell of morning air and the rustle of a real newspaper. Every day starts the same: make the bed, pour a big glass of water, take his pills, and head out for a walk. Sounds harmless, right? Right? But what James didn't realize was that his first glass of water, that tall, healthy-looking glass, was actually working against him. Over time, he started feeling shaky. His blood pressure readings bounced around without reason. He chalked it up to age. Just getting older, he thought. But then a simple conversation with his pharmacist changed everything. Turns out, certain heart and blood pressure medications, especially those for rhythm control, diuretics, or ACE inhibitors, need precision. Some work best on an empty stomach with just a tiny sip of water. Others need to be taken after a light meal. And some can be completely diluted if swallowed too soon after chugging down a full glass of water. Here's what most people don't realize: water isn't always neutral, especially when your body is trying to absorb something vital. Your digestion, your stomach lining, even your hydration level, all of it affects how well your medicine does its job. If you drink too much water at the wrong moment, that medication might pass through your system before your body even has a chance to use it. And when that happens, your blood pressure might swing high later in the day or drop too low when you least expect it. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. James didn't need a new prescription. He just needed a smarter routine. Now, he takes his pills with a small sip of water, waits 30 calm minutes, and then drinks the rest. The difference? Steady numbers, better mornings, more peace of mind. So here's the gentle takeaway for you and your loved ones. If you're on any heart, blood pressure, or thyroid medication, don't just assume. Ask. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist. One clear question: should I drink water before or after this? Can make all the difference between effectiveness and waste. Because even something as pure as water, when timed wrong, can interfere with what your body needs most. And speaking of timing, our next mistake has nothing to do with what you drink and everything to do with what you do right after. It might surprise you. Mistake number 3, lying down too soon after drinking. Let's talk about a quiet mistake that often hides behind comfort: lying back down after drinking water. Imagine this. It's early morning. Martha, 78, stirs awake before the sun. The house is still. Her joints ache a little, and the day hasn't begun to ask anything of her yet. She reaches for the glass of water she's kept by her bedside for years, a habit, a comfort. She takes a few sips, maybe finishes the whole glass, then leans gently back into her pillows. Just 5 more minutes, she tells herself. There's no rush. But lately, something's changed. She's been waking up with a tightness in her chest, a little bloating. Some days, a lingering queasiness that won't quite let go. At first, she thought it was something she ate, tried antacids, changed her meals, but nothing really helped. It wasn't until her daughter asked, "Mom, what do your mornings look like?" that the puzzle started to come together. The culprit? Drinking water, and then lying back down. Here's why that matters. As we grow older, a small but important muscle, the valve between the stomach and esophagus, starts to weaken. It doesn't close as firmly as it once did. And without that tight seal, gravity becomes your digestive system's best friend. So when you drink water and immediately recline, even if it's just water, that fluid can flow the wrong way, pushing up instead of down. It irritates the lining of your esophagus. Sometimes it feels like heartburn. Sometimes just a dull ache, a cough, or a pressure in your chest that you can't quite name. And here's the tricky part. Most of us were taught that water soothes the stomach. But in the early hours of the day, when your digestive system is still half asleep, lying down too soon can cause that water to pool, not process. That gentle morning ritual? It might be the reason you're feeling sluggish, uncomfortable, or strangely full. So, what's the better path? You don't have to march around the house. You don't need to launch into the day. Just sit up, put your feet on the floor, stretch your shoulders, read a few lines from the morning paper. Give your body 15 to 30 minutes to stay upright. Let gravity help you. Let your digestion ease into the rhythm of the day. For Martha, that one small shift, simply staying seated, made all the difference. No new pills, no complicated rules, just a quiet awareness of what her body needed at this stage in life. And really, that's what growing older wisely is all about. Not doing more, just doing what's right for you now. We've talked about drinking too quickly. We've talked about when to take medication. And now we've covered what happens when you lie down too soon. But next, we're going to talk about a habit that seems healthy, even refreshing, but could be quietly straining your kidneys every single morning. Mistake number 4, drinking ice cold water first thing. Let's move on to a habit that feels clean, crisp, and energizing. But for aging bodies, it might be doing more harm than good. Meet Brian. He's 75, smart, sharp, and one of those early risers who never hit snooze. For decades, his morning ritual was like clockwork. Wake up, splash cold water on his face, and drink a full glass of ice water straight from the fridge. He said it jolted him awake, made him feel clear, alert, alive. But lately, something started to shift. Brian began noticing strange little changes. A dull cramp in his belly, a tightness in his lower back. His appetite wasn't the same, and despite the room being warm, he sometimes felt chilled to the bone. At first, he thought, maybe I didn't sleep well. But nothing in his routine had changed, except his body. And that cold glass of water that once felt so good, it was now quietly straining his system. Here's why. When you drink ice cold water first thing in the morning, your body, already just waking up, has to work extra hard to warm that water up to your internal temperature. And for younger folks, that might not be a big deal. But for you and me, for aging hearts, kidneys, and digestion, that effort can cause more stress than support. Cold water constricts. It tenses the blood vessels in your stomach. It slows down your digestion. It puts a bit more strain on your kidneys, which, let's face it, have already carried decades of hard work. And yet, we've been taught that cold means pure, that it shocks the system awake. But for the aging body, that shock can backfire, especially when you've just climbed out of bed with stiff joints and sleepy organs. Your body's not ready for a jolt. It's asking for warmth, ease, and kindness. So what's a better choice? Try room temperature water or lukewarm. Better still, add a thin slice of lemon. That gentle acidity nudges your digestion to wake up naturally, without the fight. Brian made the switch. Within days, the cramps eased. His hunger returned. But more than anything, his mornings started to feel peaceful again. No more shock, no more tightness, just a steady flow of hydration that matched the rhythm his body needed. Because what served you well in your 40s or 50s might not serve you now. And that's not failure, that's wisdom. This chapter of life isn't about pushing harder. It's about tuning in, choosing comfort over habit, support over speed, and learning what your body actually needs, not just what it's used to. We've now covered 4 small but powerful shifts. But the next mistake? It's the one most people don't even realize they're making, by doing absolutely nothing. Let's talk about what happens when you skip water entirely in the morning. Not even a sip. And how that quiet omission might be draining your energy without you even knowing it. Mistake number 5, skipping water altogether in the morning. Let's talk about the most common and most overlooked mistake of all, not drinking water in the morning. Not even a sip. Meet Elaine. She's 80, graceful, sharp, and full of quiet strength. She tends to her garden with love, finishes every crossword in pen, and never misses her favorite afternoon shows. On the outside, everything seemed fine, but quietly, something wasn't right. From time to time, Elaine would stand up and feel just a little dizzy, just enough to sit back down. Some mornings her legs cramped up, subtle, annoying, but easy to brush off. I'm just getting older, she'd say with a smile. Probably slept wrong. But then came the morning that shook her. She stood up, felt her balance slip, and stumbled. She didn't fall, thank goodness, but it scared her. And it scared her daughter even more. They started asking questions. Was it her medication, her blood sugar, her diet? After checking all the usual suspects, the answer surprised them. Elaine wasn't drinking water in the morning, not even a few sips. Here's the quiet truth many people miss. As we age, our body's thirst signal fades. You might not feel thirsty, but your body still needs water. And by the time you do feel thirsty, you're already behind, mildly dehydrated. Think about it. You sleep for 6 to 8 hours without a drop of water. Your body loses moisture as you breathe through your skin, and just from the act of resting. When you wake up, your cells are dry, your joints stiff, your mind foggy, even your blood thickens slightly from lack of fluid. And for someone over 60, that quiet dehydration can lead to dizziness, fatigue, slower thinking, and even strain on your kidneys and heart. A small oversight with big consequences. Still, many older adults shrug it off. I don't feel thirsty in the morning. Or they say, well, I have coffee. Doesn't that count? Sadly, no. If anything, coffee can dehydrate you more. What your body truly needs is water, real, gentle hydration. And here's the good news. It doesn't have to be a full glass. Start small. Set out half a glass of room temperature water beside your bed each night. In the morning, before coffee, before pills, before life pulls at your attention, take a few slow sips. Make it part of your morning rhythm, like brushing your teeth or making the bed. Let it be your first act of care. That's what Elaine did. No pressure, no forcing, just a calm, easy routine. Half a glass when she woke up, a little more with breakfast. Within days, the changes were clear. Her dizziness faded, the cramps eased, her mind felt sharper, and most of all, she felt more in control of her mornings. Because here's the truth. You don't have to feel thirsty to be dehydrated. And skipping that simple step at sunrise can quietly set your whole day on the wrong path. So be gentle with yourself. Your body has carried you through decades of life. It deserves water, it deserves warmth, and it deserves a start to the day that honors everything it's still doing for you. Now let's wrap things up with a few final thoughts. If you've been relying only on walking for exercise, you might not have realized how much more your body truly needs, especially after 70, to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free. Walking is important, no doubt, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. To keep living the life you want, your focus needs to shift toward building muscle, improving your balance, increasing flexibility, strengthening your core, and reducing strain on your joints. These 5 priorities, simple as they may seem, are what help you stay independent. A lot of people think aging means slowing down, but the truth is, your body can still improve at any age. Whether you need to work on strength, posture, mobility, or just feeling steadier on your feet, even small changes can make a big difference in how you move, in how you feel, and in how long you stay independent. The key is, start now. Muscle, balance, joint health. They don't disappear overnight. They fade gradually. But that also means you have time. You have power. You can slow the decline. You can even reverse some of it. So let me ask you, which of these 5 areas speaks to you the most? Have you noticed any changes in your balance, your strength, your flexibility? We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and one small way you plan to put it into practice. Your voice matters, and reading your stories inspires us more than you know. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support helps us keep making content that informs, encourages, and uplifts our growing community. And remember this, taking care of your health is a lot like tending a garden. Walking, that's like watering your plants. It's essential, but it's not enough by itself. To truly thrive, your garden needs strong roots. That's your strength. Sturdy stems, that's your balance. Flexible branches, that's your mobility. A solid base, that's your core. And gentle care for delicate blooms, that's your joint protection. So don't just water, nurture. Nurture every part of your well-being, and you'll enjoy a longer, more vibrant life, right there in your own garden of years. What's one small change you'll make this week to take better care of your garden? Share it in the comments. And if you'd like more tips and encouragement for healthy aging, don't forget to subscribe and be part of this journey with us. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.